Welcome to Our Thoughts, Your Thoughts.
Welcome to Our Fob, Your Fob. Guys, we're trying to set up this YouTube live page, and it's been a journey, but we finally got it going, right?
Hey, how many dessert-loving Haitians does it take to figure out a YouTube channel?
2 double-sized ones. Yeah, but so we're trying to. Well, what we're trying to do, we're trying to go live on YouTube, right?
Yeah,
make it work through here.
Yeah,
and share. So we share the link on our Facebook page. So guys, if you're on the Facebook page, you're expecting the show, just click on the link. We're live on YouTube. It makes it accessible for you guys any given time, anywhere, where you don't necessarily have to log into your Facebook account, right?
yeah.
And the videos will be available there. And we're also trying to find a way to get paid on this. BIH. Yeah, lots to talk about today. Beyond our misgivings with technology, we want to talk about, some of the worst show finales.
Let me say some of the best.
Some of the best, some of the worst.
Okay, fair.
What are your picks?
Fair.
We also want to talk about how my man Jet made this delicious ass dessert.
Yes, I did.
What is it, yo?
So they are deep fried Oreos. I coated them in ice cream. Then
You coated them in ice cream?
yeah.
Was that part of the recipe?
Yeah. Coated them in ice cream. Then put some panko breading on them. Then deep fried them in coconut oil. Yeah.
So it's kind of healthy, but kind of not. You could have went
just enough that you feel good about yourself.
Okay.
Just enough.
This looks delicious, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And there's double stuffed vanilla Oreos, and then there's also carrot cake Oreos. That's special edition.
I've never heard of carrot cake Oreos.
So it's a little hard because we waited kind of long, but
yeah.
We'll just say it's crispy. So it's all good.
So what's your song of the week, man? Well, I'll go since you have something in your mouth. This morning, this afternoon, I was in a car with my brother, my younger brother, and we're doing some stuff, running some errands, and we had this rap battle, but it was more like a DJ battle.
Okay.
So we would go song for song.
Okay.
I put on a song that I know would impress him, and he'd have to top that and try to impress me back.
Okay.
So it was dope. But the last song that I played, I hope I didn't put it on the playlist already. But it's Little John, Put Your Hood Up. That's how I finished. However,
you put it on the list last month.
However, he played this track by Fabulous, Lil Wayne, and T.I. And it has the Snoop Dogg old school "It Ain't No Fun" beat. It was crazy, crazy. No, it wasn't "Ain't No Fun." It was Doggy Dog World.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So if I find the name of the song, I'll let you know. But I've never heard it, and
are you sure it wasn't a remix?
I don't know.
Okay, fair.
But Lil Wayne murders it.
Okay.
Like, it was so dope.
Okay.
What's yours?
My song of the week, I kind of had a toss-up. Up until like 3 days ago, it was Higher off the DJ Khaled album. Do you like that?
I love it.
Off the DJ Khaled album, Higher with Nipsey Hussle and Lil Baby. Or something, I think.
Gunna?
Oh no, sorry, Nipsey Hussle and John Legend. My bad.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. But then I heard another song. It was called Monster. It's off not the Kanye one. Monster, 21 Savage featuring Childish Gambino. It's dope. It's really
sounds
good.
crazy.
It's really good. It's really, really
Sounds crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but what about Monster that they was good?
Just the vibe. The vibe's really good. I feel like Charlie's game. I can't even say he's slept on because he's won Grammys and stuff. But I feel like he's not talked about enough when it comes to the rap scene in terms of like bars and stuff like that. But anyway, speaking of rappers, did you see Drake wilding out at the game last night?
Dude, it's scary because he's getting bold about it.
I've never seen someone do that at a basketball game.
How he went to
the coach and he's rubbing his shoulder.
I was like, whoa, dude, don't do that, man.
He's on the court laughing at players.
It's like, I own this. I own this team.
Well, we said a couple of weeks ago, right? He owns 6%. Like he is responsible for 6% of the economy in that city. So that gives you balls. Did you see the jacket they gave? The Toronto Raptors gifted him a jacket. The jacket is $790,000. It has diamonds and everything. It's crazy. It's crazy. So no wonder if someone's giving me an $800,000 jacket, I'm gonna feel a little bit important. Just putting it out there.
Yeah, but that game was off the hook. Like, Raptors are in it to win it. Like, I hope they keep going. I hope they stay on that thing. I hope it's not that Milwaukee had an off night. I hope they actually beat them. Like, it was one of those things. Like, going into the game, I'm like, they're gonna lose. I just couldn't do it to myself.
Yo, just keep that same energy, yo. Just keep that same energy.
So, like, what? You're superstitious now too?
No. What did I predict? I said Toronto in 6. I felt like an idiot when it was 2-0, but I was like, we're still good. We're still good. It could still be 6. But we'll see what happens. I hope Drake didn't piss off Giannis, because that's a real possibility.
Yeah, it was very disrespectful, man.
It was very disrespectful, and the fact that they let him get away with that. Like,
yeah.
Because, like I said, I've never seen any celebrity do that ever.
Unless they're just treating him like a mascot, right? Mascots get away with a lot of stuff.
I guess, but the coach for the other team actually came out and said that it was very disrespectful and he was not happy about it.
Yeah.
So if he was a mascot, he wouldn't have said anything.
Yeah, like, you don't want to be a distraction either, man. Like, the worst thing you could do is wake up a sleeping giant. You know what I mean? Like, but
exactly.
Yo, Jet, I have to say, this is actually really delicious. Every time you bake, it's been amazing.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, you have like that fat person spirit, man. Like, it's very good. It's very good.
The fat guy power is strong within me.
Like, I do like how crispy it is.
But you know what? The next time I make it, and we'll get our fopness out the way, and you'll see, like, it's crispy and it's chewy inside when you first eat it. So it'll be on point.
I could taste the carrot cake one, man. It's pretty good.
Good. Now, did you hear this crazy story that they said there's this realtor in Toronto, and he said that if Kawhi Leonard re-signs in Toronto, they'll let him stay rent-free in one of their multi-million-dollar penthouses.
Wow.
They're not playing around, yo.
They're not, but
I think he's still going to leave.
At the same time, it's a publicity stunt for them.
Of course, but it's still a big move.
Yeah.
Right? If you're a multi-millionaire, like, you probably feel good about yourself anyway, regardless of if he stays in your place or not.
Like, I was thinking about this. Here's the thing. Regardless, even if they go through and win this, they still have to face M. Bison. They still have to face the boss, at a top level. That's gonna be tough.
Yo, those guys are playing like they're a video game right now. It's crazy. But We'll see, man. We'll see. Now, okay. So speaking about Toronto, I guess I think maybe it's the Raptors that are in the air. I don't know what's going on, but I was reading another story about Toronto, and apparently there's this female security guard, or prison guard, I should say, who got impregnated by one of the inmates. What are your thoughts on that? Like, does that seem normal to you, or just like Toronto's wilding out right now?
This guy, whoever he is, has Mike Tyson powers.
Okay, explain.
Mike Tyson, when he was in jail back in the day, he got the female guards pregnant.
Was she a guard though?
She was a guard. A guard, CO, I don't know.
She was like a teacher inside the prison, wasn't
Was she? I don't know. And I heard him talk about it. Like, yeah, she had to, it's a good segue. He made her get an abortion.
Oh.
Well, yeah, you can't keep that. You know, and it made sense because she probably would have gotten into a lot of issues for him too, right?
That's pretty crazy though.
Yeah.
I you know what? To me, it was one of those things like, not to be like sexist, but it's almost like that cliche of like someone who loves Bad Boys. Like, is that not a plethora of like the D? If you love Bad Boys, I would think that's exactly what you want.
Yeah,
right.
You should expect that to happen.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. No, I agree with you with that, man.
And my question is, did she link up with a bunch of the inmates and then just she got knocked up by one of them?
Have you watched Orange Is the New Black?
Yes.
It's a natural occurrent event.
I mean,
it just sounds funny coming from Canada.
Yeah.
But I think it's something that happens often, man.
Yeah, you're probably right. Well, remember a few years ago, there were those two guys who escaped from jail in the States? And
in a helicopter?
No. They escaped, and they said there was a it's because one of the criminals had a romance with one of the female guards, and she helped them escape.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like, so yeah, it sounds like it's something very common.
But you can't escape it, though. Like, love is love. Attraction is attraction. And you're going to find some persuasive ass people out there, man.
The D is the D.
You made me hiccup, man.
I think that's what it is. The D is the D.
Yeah.
Well, I guess so. It's possible.
But, yeah, man, like, this Alabama shit is crazy. I had a real conversation with Kara, with my wife, about this.
Me too.
And it was like, at one point I was like, oh snap, are we even on the same page? You know, it was that deep. Like, I was telling her that for me, it's not a yes or a no, or any of that. I think it's important for whoever is deciding to end that life, are not just getting it done without having a proper educational period.
Yeah.
And psychological whatever period. Because even if it's coming from a traumatic experience, you're most likely never going to recover from it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, whether you decide to keep it, keep the baby, or you decide to let it go.
Yeah.
You know, like if you decide to let it go because, you know, through incest or through rape or something like that, you know, like who would want to raise somebody else's kid like that? You know, Kara told me, she's like, what if she got raped, and would you raise some rapist baby? I was like, damn. Like, I didn't even think about it that way.
I thought it was crazy that they thought, well, first of all, like, this just sounds like Handmaid's Tale, which is pretty ridiculous. And the other thing is, like, they've never been pregnant, right? So for someone to have an opinion on something that they've never, not that they've never lived, that they will never live, it's pretty ridiculous, right? And especially in the sense, like, they even tried to add that as a caveat, where they say, okay, if rape or incest happens, and they're like, no.
Yeah. And, like, the law says that if you're a doctor and you actually proceed with it, they'll be like 99 years in
That's
prison.
preposterous.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
But you know what's funny? I keep seeing all these memes of people talking about, you know, you're talking about abortion and all these other things. They're like, yo, why don't they, you know, outlaw, you know, penis pills for erectile difficulties and so that they can't get these ladies, you know, pregnant and stuff like that. It's an interesting perspective.
Well, I don't know if I see a link between the blue pills,
because there's a baby alive already, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah, like the people using the blue pills or the people doing the raping or whatever, or the forcing.
Yeah,
they probably get off of that type of trauma. You understand what I'm saying? Like getting that power trip off of that, and they probably get excited over that. I'm not sure if it's a blue pill.
Like a politician?
But, yeah, like, imagine, like, what would you do? Would you what would you tell Tess? I know it's a like, if she, okay, like Kara told me, if she got raped and she got impregnated by the assailant, would I say abort the baby, or would I be like, yo, it's a life?
I feel like it would be. I feel like the wife would maybe want to abort it before the husband even says anything, because that would be a constant reminder.
Yeah.
Where it gets tricky is, let's say the person gets raped, and they get pregnant, and they were unable to get pregnant. That's messed up.
Dude, I just saw this movie called Brightburn.
Brightburn?
Yeah, it's this little kid that, like, it's like this alternate world. What if Superman came down through the spaceship, but he didn't come to save the world, he actually came to make it burn.
Huh.
It just came out. It's a friggin' crazy movie.
Yeah,
it's the same situation.
Yeah.
The wife and the husband, they couldn't have children, and they were trying for a long time. And then this little spaceship, you know, Martha Kent and I forgot Clark's dad's name. Yeah. They see the little baby in the spaceship. Yeah. They grab it and they raise it like it's one of theirs. But this kid, this little bastard, is like.
Is that politically correct?
Oh, well, he is a bastard, technically.
Well, no, his parents were married.
Yeah, but they're not. It's not his kids. It's not theirs.
So he's not a bastard, but he's their bastard.
They're a bastard.
Okay.
So like
we're saying bastard a lot.
Okay. Anyway, so they raised the kid. Yeah. But in the same situation, that kid ended up being no good. Okay. Right. Yeah. No good. So would you raise somebody else's kid, which is especially like
doesn't that happen a lot already though, with like gold diggers and stuff? Like that's 18 years. 18 years. Yeah. And on her 18th birthday, found out it wasn't his.
Woo! Yeah, like that whole situation of abortion and all that stuff. I think it's complicated because I believe that we all deserve to live, right? But to what extent? To what extent does the female have all this, like, has the say? Yeah. Because you do need two parties or two parts to make it happen. Yeah. One part is an aggressor, obviously doesn't have a say anymore. But what about that, like that seed? Because once your sperm gets with the egg, something starts to happen that wasn't there anymore. Yeah. Like it wasn't like latent or anything like that. Something starts to happen. Yeah. So, but I'm just thinking, what about that potential life, right? And I think about it for myself, like, dude, like I was, I'm a product of a teenage mom. What if she was like, yo, I ain't ready for this stuff. Yeah. right? I'm not ready for. I'm not ready to be involved with all of that.
Yeah.
And she looks for herself.
Yeah.
Damn, what about me? I wouldn't be around, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And one thing I think that's interesting, like, is as much as I love my children, and I say my children, I also realize almost immediately that they are not mine. Like, they don't belong to me.
Mm.
They belong to themselves.
Yeah.
Like, they have their own thing that they're trying to do. They have their own perspective that is not me. That is not mine.
Yeah.
I can only guide them.
Yeah.
You know? But at the same time, like, what if that's taken away completely?
Yeah.
Never gets a chance to get out of the womb, you know?
I get all that. But the only thing is, I think it's circumstances. Because I had the same conversation with Tess, and I was saying, man, like, what if, you know, someone is like super promiscuous and irresponsible, and they're getting abortions like once a month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like abusive. And yes, it's still her choice. It's just, it seems so abusive for, like, you know, and for there's so many people who can't have kids.
Yeah.
It's just, that's a tough pill to swallow. I still think it's her decision, but that's a tough pill to swallow, man.
I do think, okay, this might sound very horrible. I agree with you. It's still her decision, but at the same time, like, she's making a decision to take away a life, potential life.
But contextually, they, like, in their law, man, they said if you get raped or there's incest involved, that you can't abort.
Mm-hmm. Just like those people making those laws, I think needs to be psychologically assessed.
Or they should have women involved.
But I also do think that the women
Yeah.
who are making these decisions
Mm-hmm.
need to be psychologically assessed, because not because they're crazy, because going through that type of decision making,
Yeah.
going through the trauma of becoming either a parent
Yeah.
or not,
Yeah.
will affect you the rest of your life.
Of course.
And I think there needs to be a major education done for them to understand that, because
like Planned Parenthood or whatever.
yeah, like, it's not just you're not just letting go or saying, look, I'm not ready for this, dude. That stays with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the potential of losing a kid or that, like, you're always gonna wonder what if.
Yeah.
It's always gonna be in the back of your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Who's gonna be there to help you deal with that, or do you have enough information to deal with the consequences, or the pushback from all that? You know,
Yeah.
like, do you just suffer in silence? You know, like,
Yeah.
like a lot of women would do.
Yeah.
But I do think that an education period and having them being supported and having that conversation being a little bit more open to understand different perspectives. That it did not just different perspectives, but different people's who's going to be affected by it, because it's not just her. Just like my Kara is not the only one affected by her being a mother. Like, so many people are affected by it.
True.
You know. Anyways.
True. It's a heavy topic. It's a very heavy topic.
It's a very heavy topic, but I just want I'm just pro dialogue, not saying I'm a pro-lifer or I'm not. I don't think the situations are that clear cut. Black and white. Like, think about euthanasia. You can't make that decision like that. There's laws prohibiting you. Yeah. You need to go through a lot.
Oh my God! You said euthanasia. I thought, like, you meant, like, the youth in Asia. Like, they're having some issues, like, with China and having babies and stuff.
Damn. Maybe that's where that's from.
Huh.
Anyway, that is so wrong. That's so wrong.
Oh man.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, look. Speaking of wrong, we're talking about clearly, like, abortion and relationships and so on. Now, a lot of pregnancies happen in rebound situations. What we mean by that is someone being with someone for a long time, breaking up with them, ending up with someone else. Now, would you be like you're married, you're good. I'm married, I'm good. But if you were single, would you be okay if you were the rebound?
It depends where I'm at. It depends where I'm at. If
Okay,
I'm in a
explain.
place where I'm just enjoying life and
Okay.
I'm just going with the wind.
I'm living my best life.
I'm living my best life. Yo, whatever comes, comes. I'll be good with it.
Okay, here's another scenario for you. Excuse me. Would you accept being the rebound if it was a girl that you were feeling for a long time, and then she broke up with whoever she was with, and then if you got with her right away, you were potentially her someone that you likely were waiting for. You were potentially their rebound.
Look, no matter how good things might be,
Mm-hmm.
you're not you're the way I look at it, it's like you're Pinocchio. You're just not a real boy. You're not the real. You wouldn't be the real thing, like, because you're getting someone from a situation that hasn't been completely dealt with.
Okay.
So you become a rebound, a step in,
Yeah.
right? A replacement, not a replacement, but like a third string quarterback.
Oh wow.
Like,
Okay.
for real, that's what it is. It's like you're a bench warmer. You're there for a very specific period of time,
Yeah.
predetermined by someone else but you.
Yeah.
You know, and then that's how, like, that friend zone gets created.
Yeah.
You know, at some point, you know, you're no longer gonna be smashing, and then I think we should just be friends. We should just stay friends and see other people. Once that initial period of, like, anxiety from her or whatever is done,
Yeah.
you know, like, I wouldn't, like, I think I've been the rebound once, but I knew it and I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. I took it.
Yeah, but you gotta be aware.
Mhm.
You know, you have to be aware. You can't just jump into a situation where she just broke up with so and so, and you're gonna come in expecting to be the love of her life.
Yeah.
Come on, man! Like, that's some naive stuff, yo.
Fair enough.
What about you?
Like you said, I think it depends on where I am in my life. If I'm just trying to live my best life, and I'm just trying to maybe get out of a slump, I'll be your rebound. Shoot, you can rebound all over me. We good. We good. But it would be tough. If I think it would be, honestly, it would be tough to pass up if it's someone that you really liked, because how foolish would you feel if you said, nah, I don't want to be the rebound, and then you don't go for her, and the next relationship she gets in, she gets married.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah,
but you don't know how long that marriage is gonna last. You know, like,
that's a whole other discussion.
That's a whole other thing.
Fair,
like,
fair.
If it's yours, it's yours. If it's not, it's not.
But by that accord, if you say if it's yours, then you may be the rebound that's not the rebound. If it's yours,
I don't know. Like, that's scary to me. Like, I do think it's important to deal with whatever situation properly, or else you're gonna be the rebound and you're not gonna be the last rebound. That person might be rebounding a bunch of times before they shoot properly. You know. Yeah.
Well done.
Basketball, yes.
Well done.
But I've been in situations like that where you look for, you go from one situation and you're so used to being with a companion, you don't want to be by yourself. So you're willing and you want to
especially if it's winter. Sometimes you need a winter girlfriend, man.
like winter tires,
but
it's
dude,
temporary.
Dude, I'm telling you. Because think about it. I remember before having, before I was dating Tess, right? We were playing football and we had training in the morning. Guy, you had to get like a winter girlfriend if just in case one of your boys you couldn't like stay at their house. You had to be like, but it's true. Yeah. Even whether you did something or not, like depending on how you pay your rent, you know what I mean. But Winter girlfriend. That's why a lot of people get into relationships during the wintertime because you don't leave. You don't go out.
You don't go out.
You just want someone that you can chill at home with.
When you're tired of playing 2K.
Or now I guess it's Fortnite.
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 Yeah, I've never played that.
Thing. I've never played that game, so I have no idea.
But yeah, like it's so important, Jen, to go through all the different phases of like a breakup.
Like grief,
sadness, happiness, and acceptance and all that. Yeah. I want to be after acceptance. Okay.
You want to be after acceptance?
Yeah, because if I'm going to give you my time, I want you to give me all your time as well.
Fair.
Because I don't want to have to be dealing with your ex, whether the ex is there or not. Yeah. Because the emotional stuff, you're going to be dealing with it.
Yeah.
You know.
But do you think that that's why there's so many people searching for relationships and it just doesn't work just because people bring in so much baggage?
Shit. Yeah.
So with that being said, do you think that the people who are doing it right are the people who get into relationships really early and then just stay with that person instead of experimenting or experiencing other people?
I think it depends on the individual, man. Like, not everybody's the same.
See some wisdom, yeah? You can't just you can't, yeah.
But yo, that for the promiscuous people, the ones that they like, they're gonna make them work for it, which is crazy, right?
Yeah, that's true.
But the ones that they just want to have a good time with right away, they're just gonna have a good time right away. But
so if a promiscuous person makes you wait, then they actually like you.
Chances are,
I want them to look at me for my personality.
Damn, son,
it's true.
Yeah,
not damn. Personality, not my reputation.
What was that song called?
Just cause she dances, go, it don't make a girl.
No,
that's not
Body Count. Body Count.
Good song.
Yeah.
Good song.
Jesse Reyes. I didn't hear it until you told me about it.
But Kara's like the biggest Jesse Reyes fan. She probably introduced to you, just weren't listening.
Look, I don't like you putting my business out like that.
Yo, you could have denied, yo.
I'm just letting you know.
Anyway, so the general consensus is what? I'm okay with being a rebound, depending on what point I am in my life.
So I'll say I'm okay being the rebound, but don't catch feelings. Cause don't save her. She Lord. Don't want to be saved.
Lord.
Don't save her.
Oh Lord. Yeah. Fair enough. So, did you catch the Game of Thrones finale?
That was one of the worst pieces of TV I've ever watched. Like, the anticipation was so big, and then it got disappointing.
But how else could they have finished that show?
Dude, Brian, come on, man.
They had to. I feel like they had to. They had to do it in such a way to be, like, not controversial, but what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Like, without giving spoilers, I think that they ended it how they had to. They could have done things, and also remember there was only 6 episodes, so they had to wrap up things really quickly.
Yeah, but there could have been more episodes. They just decided not to. Like, what I understood was they could have done 10 episodes this season, but they said, nah, we could do it in 6. And honestly, a few episodes felt rushed.
Yeah. Like,
this one felt rushed, and the first couple, the one right before the fight with Cersei felt rushed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but but that whole episode, I was like, it just didn't make sense. Most of it didn't make sense. Even when spoiler alert. Mm-hmm. When Daenerys got.
Oh, we all knew that was coming.
Yeah, it was coming, but the way it happened, I was like, oh, like that's how they're gonna do it, and and just the whole idea of Tyrion being a prisoner, but being the one still running things, and telling them that Bran should be the leader, and then Bran's like, why do you think I'm here? I was like, what the? like that's not what I was expecting. And also there's the scene when Jon goes from from killing me softly to being in jail like right away.
Yeah.
Like you'd think that he would get like got or
like on
or yeah, like I don't think they would have just said, "Come with me, prisoner." You know what I mean? Like
Fair.
It just happened too like it just felt rushed. There's no in between. Like there's no you don't even see Grey Worm versus John, and it felt like it was leading towards that.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen.
Okay, so in that case, what would you say is like, in terms of TV shows you've seen, what would you say is the worst series finale that you've ever seen?
That.
Really?
That. I was so high off of episode 3.
Yeah.
That this like I was like, okay, if that's the ending for episode 3 with the Night King, damn, I can't even imagine what's gonna happen at the end, right?
Okay.
But it was just a major letdown. Like, you know what I did to make myself feel better? I went and saw John Wick 3.
Is it good? Oh, I love 1 and 2. So
yo, like this one is so good. It's like it's a standalone.
Really?
I'm surprised that they even called it John Wick 3 of how good it was. Like you just start right into the action.
Yeah.
And like you feel anxious right away. Anyways.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on the best and worst finales?
Worst series finale I've ever seen. Oh, shout out to Alex. I agree. Dexter. That shit, like that show was so fire for it to end like that, and I was just like, really, that's it, really? No, garbage, not garbage.
So for people like me who've never actually, you got me into Dexter for like a couple of episodes, and then it just didn't make sense to me. I stopped. So what was the ending like?
It just didn't tie. It didn't make any sense. Like there's just the tie-in, and we think that he's he died in this, and then this happened, and he showed up here, and then his kid is randomly with another girl who's like a serial killer. Like it was too much. It was too much all in one place. It was dumb, especially considering, like I said, like the way the show ran. It could have ended so much better. So much better. That's the worst. The best, Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad,
man.
Yeah,
Breaking Bad ended on a dope note.
I remember, we're all talking about it, man. Breaking Bad when that came out. So tell me about it.
It's just like, for those who haven't seen Breaking Bad, it's just, he died where it all started. So it came full circle. That's why I loved it. You know what I mean? So it made sense. Like it wrapped up, it tied in. We're like, okay, we have closure.
Yeah.
Which again, closure in a TV show is very difficult because you can't satisfy everybody. But honestly, I don't think I've ever met someone who watched Breaking Bad that said, "Yo, the ending sucked."
No, I agree. My favorite, I think I mentioned it on the show before, is The Wire's ending.
The Wire's up there. That's like my 1B.
Yeah, The Wire, the way they did it, they almost got everybody, but the way they stopped it, they made you think. They showed you that it's a cycle. It never ends.
Yeah.
New players take over while old players go away, and what you think is not really. I just loved it. I was able to, because they ended softly, but I was able to play the rest of it in my mind. I just understood what was going to happen, so I really enjoyed that.
Right. Alex made another really good point. He said that Breaking Bad ended at the right time, whereas Dexter, it's like it ran 2 seasons too long, right? And I find that happens a lot. I find shows don't know how to wrap it up, and it just keeps going on and on and on and on. And you're like, okay, this was useless. Like you had me, and I would have been like, yo, that was a mic drop moment. But then you kept going, so it's like, okay, you're still going, okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna say something pretty jacked up.
I'm used to that. That's fine.
Okay, one show I feel like is an example of what you just said is Power. I feel like Power should have ended last season. As dope as it was, I feel like you know what you can have an idea what's going to happen next season.
But there's loose ends though.
Yeah, but they could have wrapped it.
Fair.
They could have found a way to just wrap it. Because what happens is I think the producers are getting greedy, you know. Yeah. But the storyline kind of like it went up, and I think right now what's gonna happen, they're just gonna like recycle a lot of the same concepts within the show. As much as I enjoy the show, after what happened at the end, I was like, okay, like this would be a good way to stop it. Yeah. You know, and not knowing what's going to happen. Yeah. I think that would have been great. But knowing that now there's going to be spin-offs, and that's the new thing. Spin-offs for everything.
It's like Oprah out here giving people spin-offs, man. You get a spin-off, you get a spin-off, you get a spin-off.
Yeah, like that show, as much as I like it, it could stop. It could stop. It doesn't need to go any further. And even Game of Thrones did a good job, like limiting it. You know, but. You heard about the over 1 million people that signed the petition? Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think I should sign that too. Like,
but you know what's funny? On that note, I saw someone, I think it was probably B Black, who was on the show before. He posted something that said they should let a group of people who are dissatisfied with the season, let them go into a studio, have them rewrite it, have them have producers tell them they're over budget, have them disagreeing with each other, killing each other, and record it all, and then put it on HBO. I'm like, that's just funny. Yeah. Because it's true. Everybody got opinions are like booty holes, man. Everybody got one. So everybody could be like, oh, I don't like it. It's like, okay, then you go ahead and do it.
Yeah, but some people can, though.
No, I agree. Some people can, but it's possible that some people can't that are complaining.
But you know what? What you just said makes a lot of sense. I think it reminds me of the spin-off show of Seinfeld, which is Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's not really a spin-off. Yeah. It's like the behind the scenes of that show.
That show's incredible, by the way.
It's one of my favorite shows.
It's amazing.
Like, it's talking about shows that ran too long. Yeah. Didn't run long enough. Yeah. They went for like 5 years. I don't know. Because they were off for like 5 years. Yeah, they came back and it was still fire.
Yeah, it was. But that's because the main actor is the writer.
Is the writer? Yeah. Yeah. Like, but imagine what you just said. Imagine the show about. It's a show about the making of Game of Thrones. Yeah. Just like you said, that would be dope.
I said I'd watch it.
Like, imagine it's like a 6-part mini-series or 6-episode of the Game of Thrones last season. Yeah. You know, of what happened. That would be dope.
I agree. Yeah. That would be really good, man.
Anyway, but The Wire is my favorite. And Game of Thrones, I was very disappointed. Like, I was so disappointed that I felt like I should have watched the basketball game instead. And I chose.
Yo, I got a story for you. Okay. So, remember I called myself out where the Game 7 that Toronto won? I switched to Game of Thrones, so I didn't see the shot live when it happened.
Yeah, I remember that.
For shame.
You did the same?
Shame. So, no. So what's funny is I went to work, and I was talking to this senior. And she must be like 70, 75. And and this is why I was like, yo, I failed. She's like the 70 or 75-year-old white lady. And she says, did you watch the Raptors game? And I'm like, oh my God. And the best is she says, that Leopold can score. And I'm like, Leopold? I'm like, who the heck is Leopold? And then I was like, oh my God, Leonard.
Leonard!
So the lady who thought Kawhi Leonard was named Leopold, she saw the shot.
Yeah, and you did.
And I didn't. Because I was watching Game of Thrones.
Yeah. But I was happy that I watched that game.
Yeah, by accident.
But I was not happy that I didn't watch the last one. Because
Double overtime?
Yeah.
But man, we got kids, bro. Like, you can't sleep that late.
Not when Game of Thrones.
Blasphemy. I won't do it again.
Yeah, nah, man. Like, that game was crazy.
Yeah.
And shout out to Golden State for beating,
AKA Super Saiyan.
Yeah. Honestly, I got a little bit of an issue with what's his name, Portland.
Dame Lillard.
Yeah, he didn't step it up, yo. Like, he wasn't like as aggressive as he should be.
But bro, like, they were up by double digits in game 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
And then
they didn't learn.
And then Golden State, you know what? Golden State is like, okay, so I'm a big guy, okay? Golden State is like that skinny guy who runs really fast, who gives the big guy like a 20-meter head start, and then says, okay, go. I want to give myself a challenge.
Yeah.
Go. And then they just run right by you.
And they run by you by a long margin. Like,
they run by you laughing.
Like, it was so easy for them.
Like, they're like, and you know what? I remember from last year, it was the same thing. Like, whenever they would play teams, and I used to say this, I'm like, yo, if the team's not up by 20 at halftime, they're going to lose.
Yeah.
To Golden State.
And I love how Draymond Green played, though.
He's not whining anymore. He's not whining anymore.
I wonder why.
He's trying to get his dollars up?
Or maybe somebody else is not playing right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's going to play for the Knicks next year?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a different show.
Yeah.
So, thank you for bearing with us, you guys.
That was rough.
These two fobs figured out how to use
live video on YouTube. Yeah.
But for you 4, 5, or 6 people who are watching, we appreciate y'all. And yo, let's just get the conversation going, man. This is always fun. And Rob and I always said we would do this as long as like it was fun. So even if we're having a conversation with 2 people, it's still good. It's still good. So,
yeah, but we're gonna rack it back up.
Yeah. Okay. So we will see you guys next week. Hopefully there's some good content. And remember, you can check us out on the Facebook page. Check out the podcast, and spread the word, man, because these conversations are fun. So shout out to Alex Jean for saying what's up. Shout out to my boss. I think Mandy was watching too. So yeah, shout out to them. And yeah, man, it's always a pleasure, bro.
Yeah, man.
I hope you enjoyed the desserts.
The desserts were too good.
They did not last very long.
Yeah, they didn't last long.
No, not at all.
Like, I looked at my plate, it was done, and then I looked over yours, it was gone too.
so for those of you who missed out, dessert was made by moi this week.
Yep.
They were actually deep fried Oreos, fried in coconut oil, and covered with ice cream and caramel drizzle. So, you know what? I think, to give Kara a break, I'm gonna make desserts more often.
That's cool.
And experiment.
Hey, speaking of desserts, I'm gonna get somebody very special to make the desserts, and that person is gonna be on the show. And
okay.
I'm not trying to jinx myself, but it's gonna be dope.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching the show. It's a show where we talk about the things you want to talk about and the things that
you don't want to talk about.
All right. Peace out.
All right. Peace out, y'all.
How do I stop it now?
There it is. Right there. Stop it. On top of the stream.